Hi everybody, Sahil War here from C++BetterExplained.com, and today we're going to be talking about recursion in C++. So what is recursion in programming? So recursion in programming is pretty much a technique where a function calls itself in order to solve a problem. So when a function calls itself, what it's going to happen is that it's going to create a new instance of that function, which is going to have its own set of parameters and local variables when it's calling itself. So what recursion is that pretty much recursion involves breaking down a problem into smaller pieces, smaller subproblems, and smaller subdomains. And then what it's going to be doing is that it's going to be solving those subproblems recursively until a base case is reached, at which point the recursion stops. The best way I can explain recursion is this visual diagram here. So my best analogy to understand recursion is I'm not sure whether you've seen that movie, the hit movie Inception that came out back in 2010. If you remember the movie Inception, remember how in the movie they were having a dream within a dream within a dream. There were 3 levels of dreams happening in that movie. Well, that's the same case for recursion when it's trying to solve a problem. As you can see in this diagram here, it's just going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole until a base case has been established and is able to solve the issue that is happening. So a code example here is that let's look at this example here where we have a recursive function here to calculate a factorial here. So in this example here, we've got it's got a basic if-else statement here to calculate a factorial value of a number here. So we've defined our function here, and then it's going to keep it's calling itself until a base case of the factorial of the number has been determined. So in this example here, where we're calling our factorial here. So what it's doing, what's happening here in this example here is that we're asking the user to enter in a value which is greater than 0. So let's say, for example, the user inputs the value of 5. So the user is going to input the value of 5, and then it's going to execute this function here, factorial here, to determine what is the factorial of 5. So once we enter in the factorial of 5 inside the parameters here, then it's going to be going to the rabbit hole to determine what is the factorial of the value of 5, and then it's going to print out what is the factorial of the value of 5, which ends up being 120. So in this breakdown of the example of the factorial code function, so in this example, this factorial function is called recursively until the base case when n is 0 is reached. So each recursive call reduces the problem size by decrementing n, which eventually leads to the base case. So once the value of the base case is reached, the recursion stops, and the function returns back to its caller, propagating the results back up to the call stack. So a drawback of recursion in C++ is that although recursive functions are often elegant and concise, they can be less efficient than iterative solutions for certain problems due to the overhead of function calls and for the potential of a stack overflow if the recursion depth becomes too large. However, for problems that are naturally lent to themselves, such as like a factorial issue, with recursive solutions, recursion can offer a clear and intuitive approach to solving them. So this is a very basic and rundown basic example of applying recursion in C++ programming. And I wanted to make this example quick and straightforward for you guys to understand and break it down and digest. So that if you do come across a solution that's a little bit more complex, you can come back to a basic example that I've shown you guys, like right here, in order to digest and understand what recursion is in C++ and in other programming languages as well. So if this video has helped you out a lot, Don't forget to smash that like button down below, and don't forget to click on the red button down below to subscribe to the latest videos of the C++ Better Explained YouTube channel. Attention computer science and engineering students. Are you tired of falling asleep in class while your lecturer spills that C++ gobbledygook? My name is Sahil Bora, and I'm the founder and proprietor of the C++ Better Explained website. What I'm offering you guys today is my 87-page book that outlines how to quickly and easily master the fundamentals of the C++ programming language. So if you've been searching around for free C++ tutorials that haven't made any sense at all, or free YouTube videos that have made you want to gouge your eyes out, my book will put all that rest today, because my book is written in a straightforward and direct manner that will get you understanding the fundamentals of the C++ language in a matter of days, using my learning tools such as Analogies for Dummies, Logic Made Easy, and simple code diagrams that makes learning the C++ language brain dead easy and super fast. The book is $19, so click on the orange button below and pick up your copy today. You will not regret this at all.